Here's my experience of getting some aesthetic work done on my teeth in Dubai at Dr. Michael's clinic. So I've just had the aesthetic work done on my teeth, and you can see here, very proudly, firstly, Dr. Elisa, I'm at Dr. Michael's clinic. Dr. Elisa was absolutely fantastic. In edit, I should be putting a before and after photo so you can see the difference.
Looks so different.
Don't even look like you.
But I think my teeth have been really bad all my life.
That's probably more of a personal thing.
But you've known me all my life as well, so
you put the teeth with the. It's like secondary. You put the teeth with the face, don't you? You know what I mean? It's like.
I'm going to share what I've tackled previously as an attempt to get my teeth worked on, the process of working with Dr. Michael's clinic, as well as the pricing and a final review. So let's get into the first piece, which is why I wanted to get my teeth done. I'm not going to spend too long on this because I think everyone's reasons are really personal to them. But I think growing up, I knew that I wasn't completely happy with my teeth, but I didn't really mind it. You just got on with it. And then as I've got older, I've just become more, I guess, aware and conscious of it, to the point that when I was actually trying to find like a before and after photo to show you guys the comparison, which by the way feels really awkward for me to put photos of me with my teeth on camera, especially given the fact that I've been like really mindful of my teeth for the last 10, 12, 15 years. I couldn't actually find like many photos of me smiling. And interestingly, the only photo I could find was extremely recently, and it was because I just had them whitened. It was between getting them whitened and having the aesthetic work done. So this is a photo about 2 weeks ago that I had with one of my best mates, Sam, and you can see, I guess, what was going on with my teeth at that point in time. So the key areas for me that I wanted to have work done is the front 4 teeth in my mouth. Again, super weird me talking about this in this level of detail, but hopefully if this is interesting to you and you're looking at getting work done, this video should help. In terms of previous attempts to try and, I guess, get my teeth worked on, I've attempted to use Invisalign. I actually used a service called Smile Direct Club, which they sort of badge as using Invisalign technology. The price for that was £1,600 and it was about £150 per month. With that, I didn't get the results I was looking for, and there's probably a combination of reasons. 1, the speed. 2, I probably didn't stick to it and adhere to it as much as you meant to, sort of like having it in 20 hours a day. I think I did a reasonably good job, but after sort of 8-9 months, I wasn't seeing the results that was expected. And then when I went back in to get a rescan, which is like all part of that service, the company actually went into administration. So not ideal. One quick benefit that does happen though when you have Invisalign, it does stop you from snacking because it's such a faff taking them in and out. I did find myself being more aware of just snacking. And as Sarah just pointed out, because she's over there, and if you can hear someone typing away, it's because she's working while I record this. That was also over in the UK, just for avoidance of doubt. And then actually, before we relocated, I explored it again with a local dentist where we lived in Ashby. And their consultation was, firstly, it took me a while to get even booked in for a consultation. And then when I did, they also suggested doing Invisalign and then looking at veneers as an option. So you're looking at sort of 18 months on Invisalign again, and then exploring veneers. And given the relocation and me not being in Ashby for much longer, I didn't pursue that. So that kind of brings me on to being in Dubai for, I guess, 8 weeks, feeling a little bit more settled. I then started to explore options in Dubai. And really, it was just like a fact-finding mission at that time, just to see if there were, 1, what the costing was, 2, what the process would be, because again, really mindful of it. And being honest with you, given the fact I'm more and more on camera, I find myself just super aware of my teeth because I'm looking at it all the time and editing it. So I was like, okay, what are my options to get this done? So kind of went to Google and did a bunch of research trying to find, I guess, a reputable clinic that I could at least go and get a consultation with, and ended up finding Dr. Michael's clinic. And that was as a result of the website being super informative. And secondly, the Google reviews were brilliant. So this was late on a Tuesday night, clicked the button on WhatsApp, opened up and dropped them a message and said, would be interested in a consultation. First thing on the Wednesday morning, they said, hey, what you're interested in. Long story cut short, I ended up getting a consultation booked in that very afternoon. So had a reply sort of 9 o'clock in the morning. By 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I was booked in for a consultation with Dr. Elisa. And the idea of that was just to explore what my options were at that point in time. Now, really important, I'm not going to talk through all the different options that had presented to me in detail because 1, I don't want to pretend to be a doctor on the internet. You can go and do your own research, but headline options were still, I could go down the Invisalign route, I could explore veneers, or I could do composite bonding. And Each one of those three paths has, I guess, different costing and different timelines. For the Invisalign, again, it's sort of 18 months about that to see the results. And then after that, I would still be looking at veneers, and the alternative would be composite bonding. So I ended up taking composite bonding as my preferred route. And what I'll do for the rest of this video is talk you through step by step that process that I went through, including the pricing. And quickly worth mentioning on the composite bonding route, I did sort of toy with the idea of veneers, but based on the counsel I took from Dr. Elisa, composite bonding lasts sort of 4 to 8 years. So where my head's at the moment was I would try composite bonding, see the look, see how it feels, and then potentially explore having veneers in the future when I need to get the composite bonding reworked. So once I've made the decision to go ahead with composite bonding, the way that the shading works on the composite bonding is based on the current shading of your teeth. So I then had an option to then get teeth whitening done, because what that would allow is if I got my teeth whitened, I could have the composite bonding at a sort of a brighter white, which is naturally the look that I'm going for or wanted at that point in time. So as part of the consultation, I also had a dental scan done, and my next step was then to book in the teeth whitening. The next available appointment was in a couple of days' time, but the lady at reception, and a quick shout out to all the ladies that were at reception that day, all you guys were awesome. The service start to finish was brilliant. She asked if I was working or living relatively close, because if any appointments became available, she dropped me a WhatsApp. And I was actually working at, I think I mentioned it in a previous vlog actually, a coffee shop / barbers called Amongst View, which is a 6-minute walk from Dr. Michael's clinic. I was working from there. So I said, hey, I'll go and work from there. If any appointments become available, let me know. And within about an hour, I got a WhatsApp saying, if you're still free, we can get you in for teeth whitening. So I ended up having my consultation, my scan, I had a scale and polish as well as part of that consultation. That was in the first sitting. And then a few hours later, I came back for teeth whitening. So in terms of the teeth whitening, I've had teeth whitening done in the past and just hadn't seen fantastic results. But this was brilliant, to be honest with you. It was like really noticeable to the point that when I went and met Sarah, who happened to be at Yo Sushi when I met her after I had my teeth whitening done, which was miserable, by the way, because there's certain foods you can't eat. Basically, for a few hours, probably should push that out to maybe a day or so. After you've done your teeth whitening, you can't eat any colourful foods. That was miserable, but the teeth whitening itself was really effective to the point that Sarah, as well as some friends that had come over from the UK, noticed immediately. So that was, I guess, positive. In terms of the process that you go through when you get your teeth whitening done, easiest way to explain it is there's 3 15-minute sessions. So you sat in the chair, and if any of you know the game Speak Out, you put that thing in your mouth, opens you up. It's reasonably uncomfortable to sit there, but it's only for 15 minutes. And then they apply some gel to your teeth. It's not gel, don't know what it's technically called. And you sit there for 15 minutes basically, and you do that 3 times. In terms of at Dr. Michael's clinic, one thing that's pretty cool is they put the TV on for you. I ended up watching Friends episodes, I think it was. So you can sit, kick back and get this done. 3 cycles of that and you're done. I was in and out within an hour. So we're moving on to, I guess, the next stage in the process, which is the composite bonding. So you need to leave a few days between the whitening and the composite bonding. I had the whitening done on that Wednesday, and I was able to book in for the composite bonding on the Sunday. So from first touch point, first message received from Dr. Michael's clinic on the Wednesday morning, I had all my work done that same week by Sunday evening. The session was booked in for 2 hours. And the best way I can explain as to what happens during composite bonding is again, jump in the chair, they put the TV on for you, which you can't actually hear, by the way, but it's nice, it is distracting. And this is going to sound quite offensive and graphic, but if you kind of know what a glue gun is or a sealant gun, the best way I can actually explain it to you is Dr. Elisa would take this gun of, I guess it's got composite inside, and kind of draw it on your teeth and start to, it's kind of like a putty at that point, and start to shape it. And that probably took about 45 minutes to an hour in terms of like putting it on and shaping it. And then every time she was happy with, I guess, the shape that she'd got your teeth to, her, and again, I don't know the technical name for the other lady in the room, but I'm just going to say her assistant would come over with a kind of a blue strobe light and stick it in your mouth. And that process of that composite bonding going on your teeth, and then the blue strobe light that cures that composite bonding. So kind of makes it bond and goes rock solid. And then at that point, Dr. Lisa would then start to shape the teeth. So file, polish, and do her work. And a quick shout out to Dr. Lisa. She is someone that clearly cares about her craft. She was wonderful through the whole consultation all the way through, and kind of gave me pros, cons, and advice on everything that I was making a decision on. And she kind of spent 30 minutes sort of crafting and shaping, holding the mirror up and asking what my thoughts were, and really sort of, I guess, I'd sit up and she'd look and go, that's not quite right, and lie back down. And the only reason I'm mentioning that is because it's nice to work with people that care about what they do. So she really cared about, I guess, the finished product here. So in total, I was only sat in the chair for about 90 minutes. And in terms of that final moment where Dr. Lisa hands you the mirror and you sort of look at it for the first time, that was quite an emotional moment for me, if I'm being really honest with you. Something that I've been really mindful my entire life, and within 2 hours having it in a position where I could look at a mirror, smile with full teeth, probably for the first time ever in my life, and be like, cool. As Sarah would say, winning smile. She says that very sarcastically, by the way.
I've got a winning smile.
As you'll see, because I'm going to put some footage at the end of this, just for some context as to what was going on around all this. Because I think one thing that also happened is, just so you know, when you get any work done, I kind of feel like I've got more teeth in my mouth right now. It kind of feels like there's just more stuff going on. And I'm also aware that I haven't really shown you the teeth. So here's a very awkward close-up. Here's the work that I had done, and then I'll talk to you about the pricing. So these teeth here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. All I've had done is work on these 4 teeth. And again, I'll show you, if I just move myself over here to create some shot. This is now, and then over there in edit, I should be putting a before and after photo so you can see the difference. Might even use this for a thumbnail as well. That might not, it might just be too weird for me. But that's the work that I had done. So 4 teeth, had the composite bonding done on these. In terms of pricing, let's get into that. So for the consultation and the scale and polish, that was 1,600 dirhams, which is about 325 pounds. Then the whitening session was 1,300 dirhams, so about 265 pounds. And the way that composite bonding works is super simple from a price perspective. It's 2,100 dirhams per tooth. So I had 4 teeth done, so 8,400 dirhams in total, which is just over 1,700 pounds. So all in all, the costing was £2,300 for the consultation, the scan, scale and polish, whitening, and then my 4 composite bonding on my front 4 teeth. And to be honest, I have absolutely zero regrets spending that money. I think the service was fantastic. Highly recommend Dr. Michael's clinic. And again, all the staff there were brilliant. Dr. Lisa was amazing. And just in the following couple of weeks, yes, I've got used to having what feels like more teeth in my mouth. Just naturally, the thing that you want off the back of having work like this done is to just feel more confident, specifically with a full smile. I've definitely felt that to the point that it's wound Sarah up. And what I'll do here is I'll share some of the footage of the first reaction from Sarah and the kids, and then just a bit of banter in the car of her getting used to me giving her the winning smile, as she put it. This one.
Let me see them. Smile. Smile. Smile.
Smile.
What?
Wow. Let's have a look.
Looks
So different. Don't even look like you. Does it feel weird?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. You acting like you've got a thick upper lip.
What do you think?
That's good.
You?
What do you think?
Cool.
No, it just doesn't look like you. You know when it looks like I can't take my eyes off your teeth.
Well, that's a good thing.
No, yeah, it just doesn't look like you.
Kiss me.
No.
Winning smile. This guy.
Teeth smile.
I'm not saying I'm going to be like this all the time. I'm not going to walk around like all the time.
It feels like you.
Well, I've just come out. I'm like, hey. I'm like, babe.
Can you move the thing so I can use my mirrors?
Oh, we're getting
Is that at me?
Yeah, gotta go. And then as a last clip, but I'll do a quick wrap up and then leave you with it. I did a podcast with 3 of my best mates who came across, and because I had it done while they were in the country, I kind of went to one of their hotel rooms to record a pod, and I was kind of talking like this the whole time because they knew I was getting work done, and they were like, all right, show us your gnashes, mate. And they put some hilarious stuff in a WhatsApp group, sort of saying he's not replying, so it must have gone wrong, he looks like Rylan. But to get their reaction as well, I'll share that with you, which was also interesting. But before getting into that, in case you don't make all the way through, if you do have any questions or comments or want to know more about anything around this, again, on the vlog, we're trying to keep everything as transparent as we can. So happy to help if you are looking at exploring this in any way that I can. Stay well, speak soon. Here's a clip of 3 of my best mates and their reaction to the winning smile. See you soon, guys.
I'm expecting to be blown away, by the way. Hold on. Shall we? Before you do, I think what's going to be striking to you is not going to be what's striking to us. Because I was saying to the guys last night, we probably, when you think about someone's face, you rarely remember what their teeth look like. Unless they're like really bad, or someone has like a large tooth to gum ratio.
But I think my teeth have been really bad all my life.
That's probably more of a personal thing.
But you've known me all my life as well, so
You
put the teeth with the. It's like secondary. You put the teeth with the face, don't you? You know what I mean? It's like.
Well, Zara thought she was with someone else last night. She looked at me and she was like, "It feels like I'm in bed with someone else." I was like, "How's that make
But
you
you
feel?"
don't. But you don't smile. You don't smile with your teeth at the moment, though, do you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You get used to it.
Yeah. Here we go. Come on in.
Oh, get them out. What? That's fine.
That's underwhelmed.
Massively underwhelmed.
I'm happy, by the way, that you guys are underwhelmed, because for me, it's like, oh my god, I look like Rylan. And like when you showed me that photo, I was like, is that how I look? I went paranoid.
Let me have a look again. They look really good, mate. They look really good. Yeah.
Really
They
nice.
look less white than what they did the other day.
Yeah, they look supernatural. We thought that it'd be like the bed sheets kind of white, like.
They're all in white.
Yeah.
The Rylan white. I'm like.
We thought you would have an Essex
really good,
smile.
I'll be honest with you.
Good job.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like really self-aware about it now. In that, because I see myself in the mirror, and for me, it's like,
It's a huge
it's
difference.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'm like, oh my word. I'm like, does that look offensive? Does that look ridiculous? The dentist naturally was like, no, it looks really good on you. And she was awesome. She spent ages like crafting.
Yeah.
Like the process, I'm not going to go into that on the pod, but it's like she spent ages like trying to get it right. And you could tell, do you know when someone like cares? She was like, actually, no, that needs, and she just like was working it.
Show us again. So, because I know you mentioned on this side something was.
Sorry, mate. They still look like your teeth.
That's good.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like they don't look. The problem with those other ones is like they don't. They look completely new, don't
Yeah,
they?
so I've only had 4 teeth done.
Right.
Which kind of
So
shows.
you've not had a full.
No,
top
just
set.
the first 4. Because the rest of my teeth are reasonable. She was like, they're fine. The bottom teeth fine, but I had a crossbite here, gap there, and that one was just off.
And she straightened those out.
No.
She's just put them on top and
Composite
filled
bonding.
the
Yeah,
space.
which was crazy. So she kind of put stuff on them, and then got it into a position where she was overall happy, and then this blue light just got put in my mouth, and that cured it.
I feel like I need
So
to
she-
make sure that people know that that's a 0.
Sam's been in Dubai 3 days. He's relapsed. He's relapsed.
It's 10 a.m. He's on the beer. 5 o'clock somewhere, guys.
Happy with our reaction though.
Yeah, 100%. I think if
We could tell you were super apprehensive yesterday about sharing anything. Because we were hammering you hard and we're like, he's still not sent a picture though.
I know, because also I'm sat next to my wife, who every time I'm looking at her, I'm like, ah. And she's just sniggering and said, I can't look at you.
They look good, man. Like that's the thing with having like the teeth that look. Don't look good.
veneers, right?
Yeah, they're too big and they look looks like a completely different set of teeth. They still look like your
It's like
teeth.
a perfectly flat line when people have these veneers. It's like no gap, no shadow. It almost looks like you've got dentures in. I don't know why. Because they're individual teeth, aren't they? Because they grind them down. And all
Yeah,
sorts of
individually, filed them, shaped them, bits like that.
stuff.
Guess how much?
What's happened to yours underneath? Nothing.
Nothing.
Or, so not being
Yeah.
ground down. So
Nothing.
if you had them removed,
Absolutely fine. The only thing she's done is on this one over here, because I can't remember the name of the teeth. She was like, actually, that's that sort of tooth,
incisor.
but it should be this one, because I'm missing a tooth on one side. She went, I'm just going to shape it to make it look like another one. So she's basically taken a tiny bit off the bottom, so it doesn't stick out as much. Question.
how many teeth do you have on the top row? Did you know?
I ain't got a clue. She said loads of numbers and letters to me. Well, I'm trying to watch the All In podcast like that because you get to watch Netflix. And Netflix wasn't working, so she put me onto YouTube. So I was watching the All In pod, and I was like, "Oh, this is a really good episode." And then realised I've got something here, something there, getting sprayed. I'm like, I can't hear anything right now.
Sorry, there was something here, and you were getting sprayed while you're just trying to watch.
Yeah.